clothes?
In the trunk of Peter's car. Where would you like to have them delivered?
In the trunk of his car? Couldn't you think of a worse place?
You should be thankful that we have them.
Thankful? Oh, I see my lily-white Christian sister has just found a new tactic. Revenge.
You reap what you sow, Nancy. That law's over 2,000 years old.
About the same age as Mother. So, when do I get all my clothes back?
Where would you like to have them delivered?
Well, now that's a slight problem, but I suppose you know about that already, don't you?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Nancy, but I'm not interested in exchanging insults.
Well, why would you? To the victor go the spoils, don't they, sister dear? Just thrilled to see me, aren't you, Harold?
About as thrilled as Rome was to see Attila the Hun.
I want to know how you're coming with this lawsuit.
Well, your memory's almost equal to your IQ, isn't it? You know, I told you the other day we were severing our lawyer-client relationship.
I'm not through with the Davidsons yet.
You know, I think the point of this whole thing is that they're through with you.
Harold, I want to know where I stand with this lawsuit.
Well, you really are something. You know, doesn't the fact that you were dragged out of that house and thrown into jail tell you where you stand legally?
What it tells me is I have incredibly poor taste in lawyers. Now, I was referring to my other legal action.
Which was?
The lawsuit against Scott Davidson's estate for his negligence resulting in the death of my mother. I don't think that's funny.
No, you probably wouldn't.
Will you stop it?
Nancy, you are the epitome of chutzpah.
Well, what's that? Some legal term or something?
No, it's a Yiddish word. Chutzpah is kind of like the guy that kills his mom and daddy and then he throws himself on the mercy of the court because he's an orphan.
I have a case, Harold.
No, what you have is an active imagination.
Please, will you help me?
Yeah, all right, I'll help you. Take my advice and drop the whole thing.
I can. I've got too much at stake here.
The only thing at stake here is your pride. Now, if I were you, I'd just save what little bit of that you got left.
But Terry is going to have to pay for what she's done to me.
It'll have to be with another attorney.
But she's got my clothes and everything.
Well, then I suggest you hustle your caboose on over there and beg her for 'em back.
Never.
Nancy, this is really getting very tiresome. Now, are you going to leave voluntarily, or do you need another police escort?
Does that mean you're not going to help me then?
Well, I think at last I'm finally getting through to you.
You're wrong, Harold. I'm going to win. I'll just have to find another ambulance chaser, that's all.
Can't you try just sitting down and talking one more time?
Sure. How about Madison Square Garden? You could sell tickets.
Gene, I know it's going to be uncomfortable. But unless you try, you're going to end up in court. Now, you don't want that, do you?
Yes. I want you to start divorce proceedings again.
Divorce? I should think that'd be your last resort. After that, there's no going back, you know.
Yeah, there's no going back now. For all intents and purposes, Mitch, we've been divorced already for 2 years.
No, you haven't. You have been separated, to be sure. But you never took that last step. Now, when you called me and asked me to stop the divorce proceedings before, without so much as an explanation, I had to ask myself why. And the why I came up with was that somehow you hope for a reconciliation.
I don't deny that.
So why isn't it possible now?
Because I don't love her anymore. She destroyed everything that we had by staying away.
But she came back.
For Jimmy, not for me. And now that she has him, I want every vestige of us wiped away so I can have my son back.
I would call Jimmy a vestige of your marriage.
The only good thing that came of it.
What do you think the effect of all this is going to have on him?
It's precisely for him that I'm doing it, Mitch. I don't like the fact that he has to suffer for his parents' mistake. Now, he's been hurt, and before this is over, he's going to be hurt some more. So why don't we just get the whole thing over with as soon as possible? Look, you can't expect me to fix something that has too many missing pieces, Mitch. Now, that's a fact. And I need you to help me make a new beginning.
I just wanted you to realize it isn't going to be easy.
If I ever believe that we pay for our sins, It's now.
I feel your pain, Gene. And it's only because I want to protect you from that bum Webster that I'm taking this case.
Thanks, Mitch.
So, I'll get started with whatever needs to be done in order to start the suit again. And I heard what you said, but just to make an old man happy, promise me that you'll talk over this whole thing some more with Carla.
I'll try. But you get things ready because I want to hit her with everything that we've got when it comes to that.
Well, how is she?
Nancy's Nancy.
Oh, she was really upset last night. I tried to explain my position, but she wouldn't have anything to do with me.
At least one of you is showing some judgment.
What?
Nothing, just nothing.
You know, in spite of everything, I miss her.
Yeah, and I miss a Korean more, too. Charles, can we get back to the business at hand here?
Did she say where she was going?
No, and I didn't ask her.
Well, I know. She's probably going to stay with Min tonight.
Fast friends again, huh?
Yeah. Miriam has a very curious attachment to Nancy.
She's still popping pills?
I regret to say yes, and it's really becoming a nuisance. But Nancy's helping her. You know, I wonder if I could persuade Nancy to have dinner with me this evening.
Charles, doesn't it strike you as kind of funny that Miriam's dependence on the pills and on Nancy have been simultaneous?
Oh, don't be ridiculous. I told you Nancy's helping her.
Yeah, the way Brutus helped Julius Caesar.
Oh.
Charles, look, what you do is your own business, but I think you ought to be a little bit more concerned about Nancy's effect on Miriam.
Listen, I think I know what's good for my daughter, and I'm delighted that Nancy's looking out for her and living with her. I realize, of course, that that certainly doesn't hurt my chances with her, but that doesn't affect my decision at all.
Such noble motives, Charles.
Well, Vince, I didn't know you were in town.
Don't go rearranging your schedule. I just stopped by for a moment.
Well, why don't we have some lunch?
Not today, Charles. I just wanted to tell you I was over at the site of Hollister Mall. I talked to the new contractor you've hired. I'm glad you took my suggestion and hired him.
I really couldn't afford not to take your, what did you call it? Advice?
Well, I'm glad that we have such mutual confidence in each other.
Oh, so am I.
Good day. Oh, by the way, I don't think I've told you yet. I'm leaving Chicago. Doctor's orders.
Wonderful. Where? Hawaii? Arizona?
Oh, right here. In Kingsley.
Yes, I'm here. Please come in. I'm so sorry, I don't know where you are. But I'm so excited to be going. It's all I've thought about for days. Please hurry. Oh, hello. Did you come to take me to the party?
Yeah, your carriage awaits.
Do I look all right?
You're beautiful.
Please don't make fun of me.
Never. I love you.
Don't tease me now.
I never would, Mim. You mean too much to me.
You mustn't say such things. They'll hear you.
I don't care if they do hear me.
I know you. Are you Paul? You hold my hand so sweetly. I'm really tired. Would you please help me?
Yeah, here, sit down.
I don't know why I'm so tired. Please don't be angry with me. I must close my eyes now.
Then close them. Oh, Min. What have they done to you?
Don't worry. I'll help you.
Daddy? Norman, leave me alone! Leave me alone!
come on, I'm here to help you.
Help! Help! Get away from me, Dad! Please!
It's all right. It's all right, Miriam.
Nancy!
Hi.
Hello, Peter.
Gene's not here?
No, he went to lunch.
Good. I mean, I know how Gene likes to eat. So I made a whole meatloaf once. My dad used to say he'd eat anything that didn't bite back.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. So, how come you're not at lunch?
I've already been.
Oh, good, good. That's great. Ever been to the opera?
Once or twice.
Yeah? Like it?
Very much.
Terrific, terrific. Would you like to go with me sometime?
Peter, I really...
No, hold it. Before you say anything, I gotta tell you the details. Don Giovanni's playing at the Statler, and I hear it is just great. They tell me that Battaglia, he brings to the role a dimension heretofore unexplored.
I know. I read the morning paper, too.
Well, what do you say?
Peter, you're awfully nice, but really, I don't think we're suited for one another.
How about a movie?
Sorry.
Lunch?
No.
Tell you what, I'll bring in my comic books sometime and we'll read them together.
Peter, I am 6 years older than you are, and Clark and I are serious.
Oh, yeah, okay. Say no more. I understand. Tell Gene I said hi, okay?
Okay.
No. The second thought, don't tell him I was here. See ya.
Sure. Peter, I am sorry.
Yeah. See ya. Andy Hardy gets the dump.
Daddy's never been gone this long before. I wish he'd come back soon.
Get out of here.
Who is that?
Not until I get a few
Daddy?
answers.
The only thing you're gonna get from me is disgust.
Don't bet on it.
Mother, is that you?
No, Miriam, it's me, Nancy.
Just stay away from her.
Get out of my way.
I said stay away.
Mother, Daddy's left us.
What are you, the tough guy or something?
Yeah, I'm the tough guy.
Paul's back, isn't that
What you done to her?
one?
You poisoned her.
Get out of here. She did that herself. She's taken the own pills. You started her on those, so don't blame me. Don't you come any closer to me, buddy.
Oh, yeah, why? Who's gonna stop me?
Just get out.
You don't belong in the same world as someone like Miriam.
Frederick's missing, Paul. He's missing.
He's at school, Mim.
What, are you taking advantage of the helpless people
Shut up!
out here? You want to take advantage of me?
You better get out of here.
Never. I met a friend of yours last night, Norman.
I don't have any friends.
Yes, that's true, except for ones that you pay for. Is that
All
right?
right, what are you talking about?
Well, pillow talk can be very dangerous, Norm.
Oh, really?
Yes, and it seems especially when it's with Babs.
Babs?
Yes, it seems that she has this frequent customer who just likes to talk a lot, especially about the Hollister Square fire. Interesting, isn't it?
So?
It's just interesting, that's all.
Yeah, well, talk is cheap.
Yes, it is. So are some other things. You know, I wonder what it would take to reopen that case. I mean, Charles was very distressed when no suspect could be found. And I know that someone else could do it again, so, you know.
Charles set that fire himself.
Oh, really? Then why would someone else claim to have done it? You better go, Norman, before I call the cops.
I'll be back.
No, you won't.
Paul? Paul? I know what we're going to do. Daddy's gone, and Frederick's missing. Mother, do something.
Will you shut up, Miriam?
Oh, please don't be angry. We can't lose our heads now. That's what you always say, don't you? Ever since I was a little girl, you always said that. I remember one.
Will you shut up, Miriam?
I'm sorry. Don't hit me. Don't hit. I want to be good, really. Help me to be good.
Come on, Miriam.
Where are we going?
The Sandman wants to see you upstairs. Come on.
I'm too tired. I just want to sleep, okay?
Oh, what is this? Grand Central Station or something? If that's Norm the Nerd, I really am going to call the cops this time. Oh, Webster. Well, he can stay out there. Come on, Miriam, wake up.
Huh?
Let's go.
No, I can't go. I'm too tired.
Trick or treat.
Well, what is this? Quasimodo?
And the Wicked Witch of the West. Little trick I learned when I was serving eviction notices. Where's Charles?
Who knows? You know, you're trespassing.
What's the matter with her?
She's taking a little nap.
Sitting up like this?
Well, you know Miriam. She's always the trendsetter. We can leave her alone.
She ought to be in a hospital.
Oh, she's just tired. Will you get out of here?
What's your game, Nancy?
Poker. You want to play?
Solitaire's more like it. You know, I don't know what your ultimate goal is, but is this really necessary?
Oh, come on. What are you, the moralist now? I mean, I was an amateur until I met you.
And you were a pro when you were in diapers.
Get out of here.
I'm going. But I want you to know something. This Clara Barton routine doesn't wash with me. I mean, you can fool some of the people some of the time. Harold Webster, never.
You want to join me?
Not on your life. Haven't you noticed? Everything you touch turns sour. Don't forget how your last little scheme turned out.
Now, let's stop beating about the bush. I ask you a direct question. You can give me a direct answer. Now, if you say it's none of my business, then the subject is closed.
No, of course not. It's your business. I mean, after all, you are my father. Becky said that nothing happened while she was alone with him.
Well, then why that strange behavior?
I don't know. It's just tired.
She's fine one minute, the next she's a nervous wreck. That's being tired.
I'm supposed to trust her, right?
Right, but this guy, Phil,
Phil Hayes.
Yeah, well, I know that type. I know you never trust that type.
Yeah, well, I can take care of him. He's harmless.
You can take care of him like you did before.
Yeah, only this time will be a little more thorough.
Hey, Russ.
Hey, come on, Vince. Would you ease up on me? There's nothing there.
When was the last time you and Becky sat down and had a real talk, huh?
We talk. You
gotta keep those lines of communication open, Russ.
What is it with you today, huh? First I get the lecture on financial planning at lunch, and now this. What, are you writing a book or something?
I can be concerned, can't I?
Do me a favor, would you? Pick one subject at a time and don't do it so often.
I don't know what it is with this family. You and Tony, you're like two peas in a pod.
What did Tony do now?
Yeah, you won't come to Kingsley.
Why would you want to come here?
To get his master's degree.
Why?
Well, he could be by me.
What? What?
I'm pulling out of Chicago, Russ.
What are you coming here for? I mean, why not L.A. or New York?
Because I've got business interests here. I intend to have more.
What about Louise?
Man doesn't leave his wife behind.
That's great. I mean, I really love it. That's really great, Vince. We'll all be one big, happy family, huh? And a half.
Things will work out, Russ. You'll see.
Yeah, sure. Things will work out. One question for you. What about my mother? Does she join this little family parade, or does she just kind of get conveniently left out?
Is that it? That's all my stuff?
No, this is your jewelry and the stuff you had in Mother's bathroom.
Well, where's all my clothes?
In the trunk of Peter's car. Where would you like to have them delivered?
In the trunk of his car? I mean, couldn't you think of a worse place?
You should be thankful we have them.
Thankful. I can see that my little white Christian sister has come up with a new tactic. Revenge.
You reap what you sow, Nancy. That law's over 2,000 years old.
Same age as Mother, dear, isn't it? So, when do I get my clothes back, then?
Where would you like to have them delivered?
Well, that is a slight problem, but then I suppose you know about that already, don't you?
I'm sorry to disappoint you, Nancy, but I'm not interested in exchanging insults.
Well, why would you be? To the victors go the spoil, don't they, dear sister?
Goodbye, Nancy.
Well, do you think you could at least open the door?
Gladly.
You haven't seen the last of me.
Nor you the last of me, dear sister.